Hey, welcome to Outsmart Your Guitar. Glad you could join us. Today in Lesson 8 of Beginning Guitar, you're going to start learning about bar chords, but we're going to take a slightly different approach to learning them, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Now, if you would, please like and subscribe to Outsmart Your Guitar and ring the notification bell to be informed when new content is posted. Let's get to the lesson. In order to play bar chords well, you must employ good technique. So I've broken this down into parts. Over the next few lessons, you're going to learn to play bar chords well by taking an incremental approach. Today, we're just going to deal with your first and your third fingers and certain other elements to help you get things in place so that you will have a good technique evolving as we walk through learning to play bar chords well. First things first. Lay your first finger across the 7th fret and then just put the other 3 fingers right there as well. Now, it's your thumb we're going to talk about here. If you have a skunk stripe between the first joint and the tip, put your thumb halfway, in between. Put the skunk stripe halfway in between those. If you don't have a skunk stripe, what you do is you start at this end, go all the way over to the other end, and find the high point on the back of the neck. That's the center line of the spine of the neck. And you just put your thumb across it. Now, you want to do this behind the dot at the 7th fret or the 6th fret, or in between the two. I tend to be just a little in between the dot at the 7th fret and the 6th fret. Okay, like that. Now, take your first finger and lay it across there with just a little bit. I'm going to remove these fingers for clarity. For just a little bit of the tip over the edge. Now, just press with the tip and play the 6th string, right? Now, you'll notice there's a slight arch here. That is so you mute most of the other 5 strings. Don't worry about the 5th string if it's ringing out a little bit. At least those 4 strings have got to be dead. Now, your 3rd finger, you want to put that right here at the 9th fret on the 5th string, like that. And you want it to be standing up a little, not laying down, just standing up a little bit. You'll notice too, I'm kind of reaching back to the 9th fret a little bit, and that's okay. And if you're sort of reaching back to the 7th fret with your first finger a little bit, that's okay too. Now, press here, press here. So your 6th string at the 7th fret and your 5th string at the 9th fret. And then the other 4 strings should be dead. And just play those. All right? Now, if you want to mute this, all you have to do is relax pressure. Pressure on, play. Relax pressure, and it goes away. Press to play, relax to silence. Or you can just play. Right? Okay, pause the video and practice this for just a little bit, getting your thumb in place and getting your fingers in place and just getting comfortable with this whole idea. And remember, you're just playing 2 strings, and you can strum just a little bit extra, but just stay mostly local to the 2 strings. All right? Then, when you're ready to continue, press play, and we'll keep going. Let's look at Form 2, the diagram on the right. Basically, all you do is take this and move it over 1 string each. Now, the only difference is you want a little bit of the tip of your finger. You actually want the tip to be touching the 6th string to mute it. The other 3 strings should be muted by the slightly arched first finger. The thumb stays exactly where it is on the spine and at the dot at 7 or the 6th fret or somewhere in between, like you see mine. That's the only difference. And now, just play the bottom 3 strings. Since that's muted, you can hit it. Now, the same rule applies that you can use fretting hand muting by relaxing these fingers. Pressure, play, relax, silence. Pressure, play, relax, silence. Or just play. All right, so pause the video. Take a moment to get comfortable with this. Another thing you can do is move between the 2 forms, form 1, form 2. Right? All right. Do this for a couple of minutes, get comfortable with it, and then when you're ready to continue, press play and we'll keep moving forward. Let's put these to work, shall we? So we're going to start with B at the 7th fret, and then you're going to move down 2 frets to A, and we're in form 1, so we're on the 6th string root, and then you're going to move down 2 more to G at the 3rd fret, and then come back up to the 5th fret and A. Now you play 4 beats, relax, move, press, 4 beats, relax, move, 4 beats, relax, move, 4 beats. Okay, now the object, of course, is to do it in time like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Now, as you're playing this, I want you to watch the thumb. The thumb moves. The whole thing moves as a singular shape. Thumb included. Okay? So pause the video and practice this. Now, make sure that your thumb never departs from the fretboard like this, or from the neck, right? You want to leave it engaged like this. This is your touchstone. Never let it leave the back of the neck, always in contact, all right? So again, pause, practice this for a few minutes. Now, when you smooth it out, so make sure you play it at a tempo you can actually do this fairly smooth. Find out what that tempo is with the metronome and set the metronome there, and the metronome will help keep you honest and help you know, oh, I'm slowing down here, oh, I'm speeding up here. And learn to stabilize your meter being your timekeeping skills. All right? Then, when you're ready to continue, press play. Just want to pop in here for a second and remind you, down in the description, you'll see a link to patreon.com/outsmart your guitar. And if you go over there and subscribe and become a patron, you will then unlock access to a whole lot of lessons that are not featured here and expanded versions of many lessons that are featured here. Additionally, you'll have access to all the written material as well. Let's get back to the lesson. Let's do the exact same thing on the 5th string rooted version, form 2. So we're at the 7th fret, and that's E. Move everything down 2 frets, that's D. Make sure your first finger is muting the low E string. Go down 2 more frets to the 3rd fret, C. Back up to the 5th fret, D. And then back to the beginning. Play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, the same rule applies here with the thumb. Move it as a unit with the chord as you move it up and down. Arch this, kill those top 3 strings as well. Play this at a tempo. You can manage to do it well. Bring in the metronome at that tempo to help keep you honest and improve your timekeeping skills. So pause, do all that. Then, when you're ready to go forward, press play. Now that you have the fundamentals down, let's have a little fun. We're going to play E on the 5th string root and D on the 5th string root. And then we're going to hop over to A on the 6th string and then back up to B, also on the 6th string. So form 2 here and here on the E and D, form 1 on the A and the B. Here's how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop over. 1. All right. Pretty straightforward stuff. Pause. Practice. Smooth. Then bring in the metronome to help nail that smooth flow and the smooth transition from each measure to the next measure and from one chord to the next chord. So you've got a lot of stuff going on here to help you really learn to keep good time and operate smooth and flowing. It'll take a little time, but you'll get it. All right? So when you're done with this, go ahead and press play and we'll get to one more exercise. For this final exercise, we're going to be doing a little bit different motion here. Instead of just moving over, we're going to be moving down and over from A to C, and then we move up to D, and we're going to move down and over to get to the G. So you got 1, form 1, form 2, form 2, form 1. So you're actually moving between form 1 and form 2, but you're also moving down the fretboard. And then again, moving from form 2 down the fretboard, as well as over to form 1, right? So here's what it's supposed to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So the principle is still the same as with first position chords. You don't pull your fingers way away. You just lift them only as much as you need to get to the next chord. And in this case, you're moving, right? And then up and then moving and hopping over at the same time. So pause the video, go through this, take your time, get it smoothed out as you're able, and then bring in the metronome to help you further smooth it out. All right? These are bar chords. They're a little bit different than what you're used to, so expect this to take a little bit of time. When you're ready to wrap it up, go ahead and press play. All right, there you go. Your first foray into learning bar chords. Take this stuff to heart and practice it and pay attention to how your fingers are supposed to be working. This is the technique part, and we're going to build on this as we go through the next few lessons, getting you to playing full-on bar chords at the end of it, right? So, that'll do for today. Thank you again for letting me be your teacher. The journey continues. We'll see you next time.